Hello, hello. Hi, surrounded by perverts. Hi, Rothy. Thank you so much for the hydrate intense reminder. It would have bonked me. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Let me do a little redeem. Here we go. Oh, I don't have it on this screen. Give me a second. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, that's on me. I know what happened. Oops. Here we go. My bad. Hi. Scuffed a little bit. Anyways, hi, happy Thursday. Rothy, I'll give you that redeem in just a bit. It doesn't. I don't have it on this screen. It's on uh, the other screen, the gaming screen. Oh my goodness. All right. Always. Yeah. It's not a stream until there's a scuff. Yeah. Correct. We had the. Yeah, it's the throwable into. Wait. Let's see. What's it stand for? Throwable something Twitch integrated throwing system. That's what that is. It's what allows me to get bonked. There we go. Oh, I do have it on this screen. It just wasn't on yet. That's just me getting bonked with a bunch of drinks. Thank you for the intense reminder, Rothy. Yes, exactly. So you can like customize what things people can throw, and then I can make it, throwable, or like a redeemable in Twitch. So yeah, that they're being cheeky with it, surely. But yeah. Anyways, happy Thursday. Hope y'all are well. Hope y'all had a good week. It was busy today. I was not having it. I had a lot of dumb things. I had some good things, but I had some dumb things too. That it's just like, doing this dumb thing means I have to waste time when I could be doing a not dumb thing. But sometimes it happens. I just have this one person who they don't interact often, but like when they do, it's just kind of like, I don't know. It feels like a dog with a bone. Like they just want to be upset about something and then they're just holding on to an idea and it's like, no, it's not like that. Yeah. Did I know that there's a third type of aurora that is different from borealis and australis? No, I didn't. Speaking of fun acronyms. No, I didn't. I only just learned about australis. Yeah. What's the third one? Aurora. Princess Aurora. Like from Sleeping Beauty. That's her name. I do like the name Aurora. I also like there's a musician named Aurora. The third type is Strong Thermal Emission Velocity Enhancement, acronym STEVE. Is it really? I don't know. I'm not. It feels. I mean, sorry, Steve's, but it feels less impressive somehow. You're being 100% real. I don't know. I'll be like, did you witness Steve last night? I'll be like, no. mm, mm, yeah. I mean, clearly a Steve came up with that. Yeah, I'm not. It doesn't conjure up Aurora. I don't think you could post a link here, but there's a NASA astronomy picture of the day from October 28th, 2024. Okay. I'll look it up later, Robbie, but man, like I said, I feel like, you know, like I said, no offense to Steve's out there, but it feels like I said, not as exciting. I mean, because like Aurora Borealis, Aurora Australis. Like those sound like mythical and beautiful. And then there's Steve. Actually, there's a, a duo, the Garfunkel and Oates. They sing a song about like, you know, about it's me and you and me and your friend Steve. Do 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 Steve. Do 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 Steve. Australis just means southern because that's what Australia means. Ah, I see, I see. Mm. It all sounds spacey, you know? mm. Let's see. I had a panic button moment today, surrounded by perverts. I thought, because I was like, I just, it's been so busy this week that like I haven't been looking at like number dates. It's just been like, okay, it is Monday, and by Tuesday I was already calling the next day Friday. Like I was like, let's fast forward through this, but then I had a moment where it's just like, what's the number date? And so thankfully I did not miss your birthday. Your birthday is we are early for your birthday. So and I knew it wasn't, but like, you know, you have that like that oh no moment, like, oh no, did I leave the stove on moment. Even if your brain hasn't like caught up. My brain hasn't caught up, so all good now. Oh sure. But yeah. Mm-mm-mm. But I got a haircut today. Oh, that cheers you up. Oh. Well, hopefully, you know, other things are going well for you, and you know, didn't know that you were down, so hopefully everything gets better. Um got my haircut today with a new person. It's a friend, like a person my friend recommended. And so she was very nice. She was very yappy, which is fine. I generally like to yap, but like we had like made, you know, we had been kind of messaging about like timing and that kind of stuff, and I was just like, you know, and she was like, I have a slot open at this time, and I was like, okay, well, you know, my hair looks the same. You can't tell the difference. You're um yeah, no, it was just one of those things where it's like we found a last minute slot, and I was like, is this enough time? You know, I have to be like, I have something at this time. Like, is that enough time? I'm fine to like do it differently, you know, at a different time. And she was just like, no, it's fine. But I was getting a little worried. Is my hair naturally this curly? I mean, I would say I have wavy hair. Yeah, I've got bangs. I do have long hair. I would say I don't have enough for like these kind of voluminous uh twin tails. Probably not that, but I do have long hair. Yeah, but slightly less long today, but still long. Yeah, trimmed a good amount off. Did some layers, trimmed my bangs. So yeah, it's been a while too. So, but it's still kind of expensive. Still cheaper than my previous salon, but still kind of expensive. So I have to think about. It. She did a great job though, so I probably will go. I don't know. It's possible I'll go back, but it just won't be like at a high frequency. You know what I mean? But just because there are other things I would like to prioritize my money with, so it looks good on you, I assume. Well, I appreciate that. She gave me a mohawk, so you know, don't worry. No. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see what else. I tried some. Uh, let's see. I mean, I've had it before, but like Or have I had it before? Actually, I don't think I've had it before. I've had something like it before. I had a mochi donut. And it was, but it was a different flavor than I've ever had. And it was quite nice. It was like a raspberry funnel cake mochi donut. So it had like the little raspberry, like drizzle all over it and the powdered sugar. It was very nice. And the box it came in was very cute. I'll post a picture later. But yeah, it was very, very sweet. So like, yeah, super sweet. But the message was very nice too. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I went to a really good restaurant the other day with my friends. Tried out a new place, and it was really good. I had this yuzu lemonade tea kind of drink. It was really good, and yeah, makes me want to make it. It's like I can make that. I could make that for way cheaper than what I paid it for it. It was Mediterranean food, so I got a kofta, so it was like a lamb and ground beef mixed together. And yeah, I was very happy with my meal. I think everyone else was okay with their meal, but they still liked it. But I was very happy with my meal, so would try again. All right, let me get this game a-going. All right, we're on chapter 5. All right. Last episode, our friend tried to curse us. Not curse us, but do a spell that it's we're going to stay together forever. But she messed up on it, and we caught her. But we were very nice and forgiving. So, and she was very remorseful, and that's the thing. That's right, burbs. Burb is the verbs. All right. As I was carefully going through Toka's list, the morning sun began to light up my room. No way. It's already morning? What flavor of bird? I don't know bird sounds, so this is generic morning bird, I guess. Yeah. Glancing at the clock, it was nearly 6 a.m. But I was able to check everything, so that's a relief. I'm really tired, though. Barbecue? Barbecue bird? Sure. Fried bird? That's not bad. Yeah. And then, let's see. I made a lot of food for Mochi this week. I made 4 servings for her, and I'm steaming some sweet potatoes now in the rice cooker so I can make even more this weekend. Taking a sip of the now fridge tea I'd brewed, who knows how many times, I sighed. I thought I heard the door opening softly and turned around to see who it was. There, I found Toka peeking in through the crack. Ah, Toka. Good morning.
おはようございます。
Oh, why is he being a little morning person? Looking apologetic, Toka gently entered the room.
僕、ごめんなさい。徹夜させるつもりはなくて。
That's right. Toka wrote a little document for us of all the things he thought we would be good at, which was very sweet.
昨日は気持ちが高揚しすぎていて、あなたに押し付けてしまったです。
He seemed so different from the day before. His shoulders slumped, and I smiled. You have nothing to apologize for, Toka. I could tell just by looking through it how much thought you put into that list. It made me happy. I wasn't just saying that to make him feel better. I truly meant it. It included detailed observations about my personality and abilities, some even I wasn't aware I had. I was truly impressed.
優しい。 やっぱり大好きです。
No. You're the kind one, Toka. I can't believe he said love so casually again. I couldn't help but feel flustered as he confessed his feelings for me.
それでリストの中にこれっていうものはあったですか？
Oh, well,
少しでも興味があるものがあったならそれについて詳しく調べるです。だから教えてください。
honestly, I hadn't found anything. But after all the work he put in, is it really okay to tell him that? Alright, is it? I think we hint at it. Alright. You listed various schools based on my traits, which I found really educational. I was able to take a good look at myself. I feel like this will be really useful in the future.
あなたは本当に優しいな。僕が傷つかないようにしてくれて。
Seeing him smile like that, I could tell he was able to see how I really felt.
でも僕があなたのことで傷つくとしたら自分のことでじゃないです。あなたの身に何か起きてあなたが傷つくことがあった時僕も同じように傷つくです。
Oh? What do you mean by that?
僕にもわからないんです。深く愛しすぎて。
His actions and words alone told me how much he cared for me, but it feels different than romantic love. What Toka felt for me was too profound to be put into simple words. I could feel it. It made my heart flutter. I wasn't embarrassed or shy, just perplexed, and I felt my pulse quicken.
とりあえず今はいい方向に風が吹いているです。その風に乗ってもっと高くあなたは舞い上がる。すっごく楽しみです。
It's wanting to own us, yeah. His encouragement made me feel like I really did have a bright future waiting for me, which in turn lifted my spirits. Just then, the door slammed open and someone else came strolling in.
主様、主様、起きるのだ。直ちに起きるのだ。
もう起きてるですよ。何ですか？朝から騒々しいです。
名案が浮かんでな。今日も休みなのであろう。我と共に出かけよう。いろんなものを見にじゃ。主様がどんなものに心惹かれるか、我が気で探ろうと思っての。
ああ、それはいいかもです。ゆきまろさんならではですね。
You know, I've been wondering for a while now. Yukimaro, you can read auras. Toka, you can give people burdens. Do each of you have unique powers?
能力的なところで言うとあやかしや神は関係なく個々で違うです。
そうじゃの。小春は小春でこっくりさんで質問されたことへの答えがわかるようでの。
大まかにしかわからねえよ。全く見えねえもんもあるしな。
Koharu stated as he walked through the door. With everyone here so early in the morning, it sure is lively.
それで主様、何時に出かけようかな。
When did I agree to going out? Although I appreciated Yukimaro's idea and wanted to go along with it, I'm sorry, but I'd like to get a little rest this morning.
お前、寝てないのか？
僕が彼女を寝かさなかったです。
I understood what Toka meant, but Yukimaro and Koharu seemed to get the wrong idea, and their eyes grew wide with surprise.
まさかそんないつの間にそのような関係に。
They thought he was bragging. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry I kept her up. No, it's not like that. What he meant was...
おいおい、 神と人間でも男女関係は成立すんのかよ。
え？男女？
Everyone stop! You're all mistaken. Toka merely blinked with confusion. He had no idea how suggestive his comments were. We're not there yet. Yet? Huh? Yet? Ooh. No, before I can think about that, first, I need to clear things up with Yukimaru and Koharu. And then we talked about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and a little thing called love. While Lolly was getting ready, I decided to watch TV and thought about our earlier misunderstanding. Sure, I had phrased it suggestively on accident, but to see her deny it so vehemently. It was my fault Yukimaru and Koharu misunderstood. Yet, as she frantically clarified that we were not in that kind of relationship, it made me wonder. I wasn't exactly seeking her love. Oh man, Toka's gonna pull a, so, what are we? Yet, a part of me wanted it. Initially, I was content just admiring her. But perhaps my feelings are changing.
殿田丸が放送される頃合いだな。
Yukimaru had slid up to me, unnoticed.
今日は殿田丸が大人の姿となって敵の武将と戦う回であるな。楽しみじゃ。
Ooh, I think that's a little bit of foreshadowing. I bet we're gonna see a grown-up version of Toka. Ooh, I'll be excited.
大人の姿。
Perhaps if I regained that form, she would notice me. Gazing at my small hands, I sighed. I was proud of this form. I wore it as a badge of honor. That feeling hadn't changed. Yet, my feelings for her have grown to a point where I yearn to be in my adult form again. Notice me, Lolly-senpai! I want to be an adult so I can do adult things. That's what he's saying. Super Saiyan. Love was indeed terrifying. It unsettled and bewildered the heart.
は
何をため息をついておる？殿田丸が始まるぞ。
あ、雪丸さんって幸せそうでいいですね。
我が幸福なのは人々のおかげである。さしずめこの家の者は幸福なのだろうな。
そうなんですか？
人間の幸福こそ我を心地よくさせる。であるからそういうことになるであろう。我のそばにいる者たちが不幸であるとムズムズするのだ。なんとかせねばとな。今はそうではない。心が明るいのだ。
Honestly, I'd felt the same way about my relationship with Lolly. Exactly the same.
我は人々の幸福のためならどんなことでもしたいのだ。
つまり雪丸さんは自分が心地よさを感じるためにそうしていると？
おかしなことを聞く。我は神を辞めた時点で己のためにしか存在しておらん。
そうですか。
To live for my own sake. Feeling oddly uplifted after our chat, I enjoyed watching Tonodomaru with Yukimaru. After getting ready, I headed downstairs to the living room for breakfast.
あら、もう少し休んでいなくていいの？
I woke up early. Telling her I'd pulled an all-nighter might worry her, so I avoided mentioning it. She flashed me a worried smile.
あまり寝ていないんじゃない？進路について調べていて。
That's her mom's classy way of being like, you look like hell. Huh? How did you know? Mom just gave me a sad smile as she served me a steaming bowl of rice. 'Cause your face looks busted, lowly. There's that look again. Then I felt a small hand on my shoulder. Toka was standing by my side.
母上の思いを深読みしないで。勝手だとは分かっていましたが、天井から父上の魂を呼びました。
Aww.
母上の夢枕に立ってもらうために。
I stared at Toka, amazed. Heaven? Wait, what did you do? Seeing my puzzled face, Toka began to explain.
父上の中にある本当の思いを母上に話すよう僕が頼んだです。
Oh, hopefully her dad was nice. Hopefully it wasn't like this sad laundry list of like, and I didn't like that you always took the covers at night. And I didn't like that you made me put the toilet seat down. Honey, please don't wake up. I'm so lonely and bored over here. Yeah. He's like, help, they buried me alive.
父上は快く応じてくれて、数日前母上のもとへ降りてきてくれました。そこで語りかけてくれたんです。
Our little girl's all grown up. She's surrounded by men. She's got boys in her room all the time now.
妻に正気に戻ってほしい。娘には自由にのびのびと育ってほしい。父上からそんな思いが感じられました。
Oh. He gazed into the distance as he spoke, then gave me a reassuring smile.
母上はそれをまっすぐに受け止めました。今は本心からあなたが自分の道を進むよう願っています。
Oh, that is very sweet though. Because I'm sure, you know, anyone who's gone through just a very profound loss would want, you know, that kind of comfort and, you know, connection. So, yeah, that's a bummer.
あなたは父上にも母上にもとっても愛されています。
Oh.
それを認めて自分の道を行くのです。
Embrace it. I never questioned their love for me. It was just hard for me to fully embrace it. My insecurities and anxiety had kept me from doing so. I smiled back at Toka and then turned to my mom. I'm still figuring out my future plans, but I'll definitely find my dream. Then her sad smile turned genuine.
それならよかったわ。全力で応援するからね。
Can I borrow some money? Perhaps I too had been to blame for not sharing my feelings with my mom. Firmly embrace it. Seeing my mom's face light up, I felt a kind warmth spread through my chest. But maybe it wasn't just me. Maybe it was because Toka had allowed my father to visit my mother that this moment was possible.
あ、はやーってあれ？あんた休みなのに早起きじゃん。
Yeah, but I think I'll take a little nap now.
そうね、休んだ方がいいわ。頑張ったんだからゆっくりしなさい。
これから寝るってどういうこと？
Yeah, the thing is... After explaining, I enjoyed a hearty breakfast, then headed back to my room for some rest. Not supposed to lay down right after eating, allegedly. After getting back to my room and changing into more comfy clothes, I found myself sitting on the bed. It feels odd to sleep in the middle of the day, but I really needed to get some sleep. Still, Yukimaro's offer has got me curious. He mentioned exploring things that piqued my interest. I wonder where he plans to take me. Using my aura to read what I'm interested in seems pretty smart. Previously, I was set on finding things by myself, not wanting to rely on anyone's help. But now, I feel like I can rely on them. Speaking of which, I really should do something to thank them. Then I heard a knock echo in my room. Come in. door opened, and to my surprise, Toka and Koharu entered together.
やっぱりまだ寝てなかったか。
As he walked in, he handed me a mug. As I took it, I smelled the familiar, pleasant aroma. Chamomile? My mom always makes this for me. How did you know, Koharu?
こいつが教えてくれたんだよ。
勝手に拝借して小春さんに入れてもらったです。それを飲むとあなたの心が落ち着くかなって。
We also put some flu medicine in there to make you extra sleepy. Toka? He was always looking out for me, always noticing the small things.
今はゆっくり眠るです。睡眠不足では頭が回らないから。
He wore a gentle grin on his face, and I found myself smiling back. Thank you both so much.
またリストを用意しておくですね。
Sure, thank you. Then Koharu approached my desk, beginning to look over the list Toka had made for me yesterday.
これを用意するのは骨が折れただろうな。
彼女のためならなんてことないです。
No. Toka spoke proudly, chest puffed out, but Koharu seemed rather glum.
こりゃ見る方も大変だな。もっと単純に考えてみたらどうだ。
Both Toka and I tilted our heads, puzzled by Koharu's suggestion.
トーカならわかるんじゃねえか。こいつが昔から変わらず好きなもんとか。興味が湧きそうなもんじゃなくて、もともと興味があったことをあげた方がピンとくるかもしれねえ。
昔から。そっか。ありがとうございます、小春さん。僕、分かった気がします。後で時間くれませんか？
は？俺の時間をか？こいつじゃなくて？
As Toka nodded earnestly several times, Koharu just shrugged and left the room. Toka stayed behind and smiled. Toka, what are you planning to do?
それは起きてからのお楽しみです。さ、それを飲んだら休むです。
Sleep. I wondered what it could be. Just what is he planning? I was incredibly curious.
気になるみたいですね。それじゃあ、お茶を飲み終えるまで昔話をしましょうか。
A story from the past? You mean from when I was little? Mom used to tell me stories like that all the time.
あなたの思うような昔話じゃないです。これは僕の昔話ですから。
Saying that, Toka pulled a chair over from my desk and sat down facing me. Though he looked me in the eyes, it seemed like he was gazing somewhere beyond. His expression was distant.
これは僕があなたに心を奪われたお話です。
This happened 13 years ago, around the same time you were 4 years old. Back then, as a Tengu, I focused on wishing for people's personal growth by presenting them with challenges. My days were spent not so differently from now. However, my heart was in a different place. Dude, you're scraping the floor. Lift the chair instead of dragging it. He's going for dramatic effect.
他の神のように人々に信仰されたいものだ。
Was that his grown-up voice? Oh my gosh. Mortals didn't know anything about me. Yet, when I observed those I had brought troubles to, I would often hear them complain. This sucks. Why me? Why do I have to go through this? Darn you, God. Maybe gods aren't even real. How can they let such horrible things happen? I just want to die already. God, please have mercy on me. I grew tired of hearing curses towards me, of being demeaned. I give people burdens to heighten their humanity, so why do they curse me? Ugh, how regrettable. Why must humans be this way? Looking back, I realized how arrogant I was back then.
いっそ神などやめて、あやかしとなって面白おかしく過ごすのもありだな。
But that wasn't a stance I was allowed to take. Within the Tengu clan, I held a significant rank. Though there were many other Tengu, I had to set an example with my behavior for others to follow.
ま、皆は嘆くだろうが、神を下ろされてもいいかもしれない。
What's up, honey? Did you get scared? It's okay. When she got spooked. Oh well, others may be upset at my leaving, but perhaps I should just step down. Yeah. As I wallowed in despair, an encounter with a certain young girl shifted my view.
どれ、次は4歳の少女か。特徴は泣き虫。
I was taken aback as I reviewed her information. Misfortune was classified into 4 ranks: minor, medium, major, and max. Yet despite only being 4 years old, she was to be given a major issue.
どうして子供にこのような教授を。ひとまず少女の様子を見に行くか。
Oh, this is when he's gonna take away her dad. The plot thickens. Then he's gonna have to confront. He's gonna be like, so about your dad, I took him. I observed my target for several days, pondering what kind of ill fate would suit her. But what I saw left me shocked. Without any intervention from me, she was attracting burdens all on her own.
はあ、なるほどな。自らが吸い寄せる教授にくじけないためにも、害を与えて強い人間に成長させるのか。
I don't know about that. I sympathized with this child's unique situation, yet I found observing her quite fascinating. Normally, after a few days of observation, I'd bestow a single disaster tailored to the individual and watch their reaction. But for her, I piled on burden after burden. And yet, no matter what challenge I gave her, she overcame it with positivity. Watching her was a joy. That little girl is... Even though his story wasn't finished, I couldn't sit still any longer and interrupted Toka.
そうです。あなたです。
Wouldn't it have been funny? He starts telling the story and then it just goes into Princess Bride. I haven't watched that in a long time, but the format seems similar here. I figured it had to be. Ever since I met Toka, no, even before that, I somehow knew I was a magnet for bad luck. When you talked about a girl who attracted burdens of her own, I knew it had to be me. Plus, he hinted at the start that this was my story. Sorry for interrupting. Please continue. I leaned in, eager to hear more. I like that. My name is Loli Ishiki. You spirited my father away. Prepare to be exorcised. Gonna be unemployed in Greenland. I leaned in, eager to hear more. Despite trying to recall my early years, I couldn't remember ever meeting Toka. I wonder if we ever crossed paths. Toka seemed entertained by my curiosity, letting out a chuckle before going on.
ここからは僕が何度か教授を与えてからの話になります。
What a bastard. When you say you tripped me, you mean literally, right?
うん、そうです。前から転ばせてみたり、後ろから尻餅をつかせたり。
I made you fall in that poop face first. Gosh, I've had so many of those days. Hard to know which one he's referring to.
そんな姿を見てか、あなたの姉上はあなたを神社まで引っ張っていったんです。
And they just threw you in the
これでよし
shrine
と。
water.
今神様に言ってやったから、これであんたは大丈夫だよ。
No. Little Tsubasa sounds very cute. I'll be okay? What'd you tell the gods, though?
あんたのことあんまりいじめるなって言ったの。だってあんた今日何度も転んでるでしょ。何もないところで5回も。
Yeah, rude.
それでなくてもいつもあんたには悪いことが起きるから、これはもう神様のせいだなって思ってさ。
Yeah. Aw, thanks for defending me. So it was all the gods doing, huh? Hearing this, my heart began to sink. Though it was indeed my doing, it was all for your personal growth.
どうしたって、天狗の神は人間から疎まれるのだな。
I muttered these words as I watched you two. But you know, I'm okay. I mean, I don't cry anymore. Wait, oh, I thought I was still talking like him. But you know, I'm okay. I mean, I don't cry anymore. Honestly, the gods' tricks don't even bother me anymore.
確かにあんた前よりベソ書かなくなったよね。
Right? Hey, then maybe we should be saying thanks to the gods.
どうしてそうなるんだよ。
Because I got stronger. That was a first. Someone recognized my intention. Not only that, they thanked me for it. I mused that perhaps there were humans who understood us after all. My heart swelled with emotion.
もう少し続けてみてもいいのかもしれない。
That moment changed everything for me.
それからも僕は仕事でへこむことがあるとあなたのところへ行って元気をもらって。
And I stopped looking like an adult so I would be less creepy for a second.
あなたは僕の心の拠り所だった。そしていつしか気持ちが変化して。
Which just made him more creepy. Toka turned his gaze toward me. Those warm eyes seemed to look at me with deep affection. A spark flickered behind them and made my heart skip a beat.
だから僕はあなたが大好きなんですよ。愛おしくてたまらない。
Feeling the weight of his emotions, I realized I couldn't respond half-heartedly. His hand was smaller than mine, but when his fingers brushed my cheeks, my heart raced. He was younger than me, or at least appeared that way, but my feelings remained unchanged. What will I do? I'm gonna touch his hand. Touch it! Be old. Gary, hi! Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. Wait, what did I say? I gently placed my hand over his on my cheek, and I saw Toka's eyes flicker with emotion. I'm struggling to find the right words. That was supposed to say bull. I like... Well, it's still fitting, but that's really funny, Carrie. Because he's got like an adult or like a grown-up form, and so I thought you were saying like be old. It worked. It works on many levels. So well done. I wanted to be honest with him, but upon hearing that, Toka chuckled.
聞いてくれただけで十分です。ありがとうございます。拒否されると思っていたから、むしろ嬉しくて。
That's not... Maybe it was my lack of confidence, but I could tell my heart was wavering. But I still don't know. My feelings were only just starting to crystallize, so I couldn't offer him anything definitive.
あなたに気持ちを伝えられて、それだけで僕は恵まれています。
Saying that, Toka stood up from his chair, creating a bit of distance between us.
あなたは人間ですから、この世界で 愛する人と出会い、結ばれてほしい。僕は、あなたが他のものを愛しても、変わらず思っています。
Can't he just make me a god? That's interesting. That'd be cool. But then I'd have to leave my family in this playthrough too. Toka?
最初から分かっていたことですから、結ばれたいとは思っていないんです。あなたと過ごせている今のひとときが、僕の心を永遠に温める。
If that's truly how he feels, then why does his smile look so sad? Unable to muster the courage to ask, I silently watched him exit my room. We would have to go through the Hercules journey of jumping into the river of death? Maybe. Nah, you could stay with them until they all die, and then you could go act as... Ah! That's true. So he has to wait. I still get to live my life. Clutching my mug, I gazed out the window. He's thankful for the priest, huh? I feel the same. Since discovering Toka's existence and having the chance to meet him, I felt deeply grateful. I wonder how much longer I'll be able to see him. If only I could always see him, but if a time comes when I can't. Sorrow gripped my heart, sparking a wave of panic within me. I don't want to say goodbye to him. After leaving Lolly's room so as not to disturb her rest, perhaps sharing so much with her was a mistake. Once I began, my emotions simply took over, leading me to reveal everything to her. I had kept all that inside for so long. Yet Lolly seemed troubled by it. Her expression brought me back to reality. Regaining my composure, I suppressed my feelings as though snapping out of a dream. Well, as long as he's not a toxic guy who's just like, well, I didn't think you were that pretty anyways. You rejected me? You can't reject me. I reject you first. You can't fire me. I quit.
彼女が幸せなら、それでいい。
Now, time to find Koharu. I've got lots of prep work to do for Lolly. This could be the moment she finds her true career path. I've got to do my best. Am I going to work at the dessert shop in this playthrough too? Probably. After waking up from my nap, I felt surprisingly restless. Aw, man, I wanted to wake up in the early afternoon. I'd wanted to go out with Yukimaru as he suggested, but my sleep got in the way of my plans. With my shoulders slumped, I made my way down to the living room, only to find Koharu and Toka in the kitchen. What are you two up to?
わあ、起きちゃったですか？
まあ大丈夫だろう。この完成度でも申し分ない。
Cooking? Good enough. Curious, I tried to peek into the kitchen, but Toka quickly came over to block my view.
ソファーの方で待ってるです。座っててくださいです。
All right, I'll wait. Koharu, you like this design? Yeah. Koharu, thank you for the redeem, Carrie. You got it. Let me get Koharu. 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 I picked the angry face version of him. All right, 10-minute timer. Thank you so much. Starting now. I like a little bit of little grumpy face sometimes. I took a seat on the sofa as told. Before I knew it, Toka rushed over to me.
お待たせしたです。
Just then, he placed a delicious looking parfait in front of me. It looked just like the ones I ordered from my favorite cafe. Huh? How? Did you make this?
トーカが作りたいって言い出してな。お前の大好きなものなんだろ。
Why is there smoke coming out of my oven? This isn't smoke, it's steam from the steamed clams we're having. Yes, I've loved them ever since I was little. I still go to my favorite cafe to eat them.
その喫茶店にも行ったんだぞ。パフェを食いながら材料とか作り方を予想して、帰ってきてからはトーカと実際に作って。
So that's why it looks so similar to that cafe's parfait. I can't believe they visited the cafe to recreate this for me.
料理といえば小春さんなので付き合ってもらっちゃいました。
But why all of a sudden?
あなたが幼い頃から大好きなものといえばあの喫茶店のパフェだって思って。
Toka sat next to me and offered me a spoon.
とにかく食べてみてください。
Say, here comes the airplane. I nodded and accepted the spoon, gently scooping up some of the cream from the top. Toka, Koharu, thank you both so much. I took a bite of the whipped cream and let the delicate sweet flavor envelop me. Delicious! Oh my! It was a little different from the cafes, but it was still incredibly delicious. Not to mention, I could tell how much effort they had put into making it.
ゆきまろさん、どうですか？
Yukimaro, who had been covertly watching from the kitchen, peeked out.
今の主様からはとても良い気を読み取れたぞ。
You were watching too, Yukimaro?
ここで余り物のクリームを舐めつつ主様の様子を見張っていたのだ。
甘いものに関係することで進路を考えてみるのはどうです？
A career involving sweets?
あのような気を放っておったのだ。興味がないわけではあるまい。
Well, it's true, I love sweets. And that does sound quite interesting, but... Okay, sorry. I had to sneeze. I wasn't sure if I had paused the mic in time, but it seems like I did. Excuse me. So, well, it's true, I love sweets. And that does sound quite interesting, but... Oh, well, thank you.
甘いもんって言ったらパティシエとかになるのか？
Pâtissier? A pastry chef? Me? Sweets have always been such a big part of my life. I guess I never really thought about a career with them, though.
それは僕も同じです。昼間小春さんに言われた言葉に気づかされるものがありました。
昔から好きなものってやつか。トーカならわかるんじゃねえか。こいつが昔から変わらず好きなもんとか、興味が湧きそうなもんじゃなくて、もともと興味があったことをあげた方がピンとくるかもしれねえ。
Oh, that? Hearing that, Toka immediately thought of a parfait.
あなたをずっとそばで見てきたのに当たり前すぎて盲点でした。思い出深いものなのに。幸せな時も辛い時もあなたはあの喫茶店に行ってパフェを頼んでは心を癒していましたよね。
It's true, they know me so well. That's true. The parfait line gets us every time, right? I can't escape my fate. My parfait. Ha! 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 All right, I'll see myself out. But I'd go with family or friends, and other times alone, just to clear my head. Even on that day. The day before I met Toka, Yukimaro, and Koharu, I went there hoping to escape from the worries about my future. It became so routine, it was nothing more than a habit. I'd forgotten how much I truly loved it.
それに思い出したんです。ほら、いつかさやかさんにクッキーを作ったことがあったでしょ。
Yeah, I remember that. That was my first attempt at baking anything.
そう、それです。何度失敗してもあなたはめげずに美味しいクッキーを完成させたです。あの時のあなたはとても熱中していて、また作ってみたいと母上に話していたじゃないですか。
I did, didn't I? But back then, my mom was so serious about me working hard in school, I never tried again. Maybe I'll try baking them again. Baking sweets. I have always been interested in giving that a try. Tomorrow at school, I'll look into courses relating to being a pastry chef. It's odd. Before, I didn't even have a target in mind. I was just aimlessly browsing potential careers. Now I can't wait to start looking. It's amazing how my perspective has shifted. I shared a grateful smile with them. Thank you all so much. I'm so excited for what's ahead. Thank you all for helping me realize this. Why is Toka looking so sad?
感謝なら10日に言うんだな。全部こいつが提案したことだ。
トーカ殿が計画したこと。我々は少々助力しただけに過ぎぬ。
僕だけじゃできなかった。って、ゆきまろさん、パフェに手を出さないでくださいです。
もう主様は気づけたのだから、これは用なしであろう。ずっと食べたくて仕方なかったのだ。
They made a bet on how much we would hate the parfait and somebody lost ghost money. Somebody deserves to lose ghost money if they didn't think we'd like a parfait. Everybody like parfait!
たく、余った材料で適当に作ってやるから、それに手をつけるんじゃねえよ。
Koharu prepared portions for everyone, and we savored the parfaits together. There was nothing better than sharing some sweets with the people you care about. I was filled with joy as I looked around at their smiles and remembered how I felt as a child. My heart was full. That night, I chose to talk things over with my mom right away. She listened intently and seemed to take my thoughts very seriously. I could feel my excitement building, though I still hadn't made a formal decision. I felt like I was moving in the right direction. But am I going to work at the cafe? The next day, I was so excited I arrived at school even earlier than usual. Oh, I never realized the requirements for becoming a pastry chef would be like this. I looked through a number of pamphlets and began to envision my future.
いい学校見つかったです。
Ah, Toka.
し図書室では静かにです。それに今のあなたは一人きりなんですよ。
It's your fault for popping in out of nowhere. I guess I can whisper though. There aren't any other students nearby. Though the librarian was at her desk, she seemed preoccupied, so I doubted I'd be reprimanded for whispering.
いえ、僕のことは気にせずに続けてくださいです。
How can I do that when you're standing right there? I continued looking through the papers. Oh, this school offers a work-study program. I didn't even know that was an option. Now that I think about it, the cafe owner once mentioned a part-time job opportunity to me. It would be so fun to work there. Yay! Thank you so much again for your redemption, Carrie. All right, we've had 10 minutes of Koharu. Huh? What's up?
ごめんなさい。あなたが楽しそうだから嬉しくてつい。こうなってくれて本当に良かったです。あなたが幸せそうだと僕も幸せ。
Since he was the one who'd been so concerned about my future and put so much effort into helping me, it made sense he'd be happy. I think Toka is the only person outside of my family that cares this much about me. Then, just as I was about to thank him,
おはよう。あなたも図書室にいるなんて驚いたよ。何を調べてたの？
Morning, Sayaka. I've been thinking about my career path, and I came here to do some research. I glanced over to where Toka was. But it seemed he had vanished to give me some privacy. I wish he would have stuck around. Even just a little longer.
へえ、パティシエか。あなた甘いもの大好きだもんね。いつか作ってくれたクッキーもとっても美味しかったし、向いてると思う。
I messed up so many times making those cookies. I'll need to get to the point where I don't mess up so much when baking them. Hey, would you mind testing out some cookies for me next time I make them?
するする、すっごく楽しみ。今日、明日、明後日。
No. Calm down. Look how excited she is. I'll have to do my best not to let her down. Oh, I should bake some for the others too. I wanted to thank them somehow. It wasn't much, but it'd be nice to bake something for the three of them. The sooner the better. It'd be nice to surprise them. Hey, Sayaka? Are you free today?
うん、大丈夫だけど、どうしたの？
I want to borrow your kitchen. I want to try baking something. After school, I used Sayaka's kitchen. She observed as I tried baking cookies for the first time in ages. Thanks to all my previous failures, this first batch of cookies came out great. Like riding a bicycle. Even though they turned out good, Sayaka loved them as well. Or even I thought they turned out good. Sayaka loved them as well, and so I happily packaged them in cute wrapping and... Koharu, this is for you. And this one's for you, Yukimaru. I nervously handed over the wrapped cookies to each of them.
お前から贈り物なんてどういう風の吹き回しだ？
It's nothing like that. You've just been such a big help to me. I wanted to give you something to thank you.
調子の味がする。これはうまい。主様、大変ビビであるぞ。
Aw. Yukimaru. He's got a little blushing face, cutie. I'm glad to hear you think so. I'd only given them to him a few seconds ago and they're already gone. And for you, Minami, a boot to the head. We don't even know him. We don't even know him in this playthrough.
小春、いらぬのなら我がもらうぞ。
いらねえなんて言ってないだろ。
ならば少し分けてくれんか。もう食べ終わってしまったのだ。
His greed sickens me.
どんだけ食いしん坊なんだよ。お前には一つもやらねえぞ。
なんじゃ、ケチだの。
Yeah, he's greedy. Have either of you seen Toka? I'd searched the whole house, but couldn't find him.
いや、見てねえな。多分神として他の人間を見に行ってんだろう。
トーカ殿、きっと飛び上がるほど喜ぶだろうの。我も嬉しく思うぞ。ありがとう、主様。
Maybe he went to quit his job. He's just like, I quit. I want to take a bride. A human bride.
ありがたくもらっておくぜ。ありがとな。
Seriously? After all you guys have done for me, there's no need to thank me. I just hope you'll enjoy them.
こんなに嬉しい気持ちにさせられたのは座敷わらしになってから初めてなのだ。主様の座敷わらしとしての任が解かれる時が来ると思うと、寂しくなるな。
Ah, so a farewell is coming. I wanted to ask you about that. When the time comes, does that mean I won't be able to see any of you anymore?
いや、任が解かれた後もあの神主の払いの効力がある限り引き続き見えると予想しておる。
Oh, really? I just assumed I wouldn't see you guys anymore.
よく思い出してみてほしい。我は主様の座敷わらしとして名乗りを上げる前から視線を合わせていただろう。
He's right. I could see Yukimaru from the moment the priest finished the exorcism.
俺はそれとは関係ねえ。お前が儀式を失敗したから、俺が見えるようにしているだけだ。
Oh, I see. I guess that means I'll be able to keep seeing Toka as long as the priest spell is active.
だが、払いの効力は日に日に薄れてきておる。もう間もなく切れるだろうな。
Oh, so soon?
まあ、我の場合、主様に術をかけ、座敷わらしとしての使命を全うするまでは見えるようにするが。
トーカは、そうはいかないだろうな。
Because there's no condition binding us like I have with the two of you? Koharu nodded, and my spirit began to sink. I had tried to prepare myself for this, but if a day really came where I couldn't see Toka, I wasn't sure what I'd do.
というか、小春はどうするのだ？主様をどうたたるつもりでいる？
いいのが思いつかなくてな。何か術をかけるってのが手っ取り早いんだが、例えば、幽霊が見える術ってのはどうだ？
おかしな術をかけてやるな。我の主様を困らせるでないぞ。
Gets on one knee and pulls out a ring. There can be one condition binding us.
冗談だ。幽霊もそうだが、あやかしやら神やら全部が見えちまったら、今より大変だからな。そう。
Listening to their back and forth, my thoughts drifted back to Toka. After I finish my dinner and homework, 11 p.m., huh? I guess I'll wait up a little longer. I knew I needed to wake up early tomorrow, so I should head to bed, but I wanted to see Toka. As I heard Koharu and Yukimaru talk before, I realized the issue wasn't just about seeing Toka. I'd come to realize how genuinely Toka cared for me and why he'd come to see me. Since I met him at the same time as Yukimaru and Koharu, I'd always grouped them together, but now Toka felt different to me. I wonder why I had forgotten. I thought back to the words he said before. Didn't the priest exorcise you? Why are you able to show up like this now?
そうなのです。僕、あなたに対して力を使えなくなっちゃって。でも、無力な僕でも神は神ですから。僕がそばにいることで、このあやかしたちからあなたを守ることができるです。
Toka cared about me. Being spirited away sounds terrifying, but he was doing it for my future. And yet, all I'm giving him are cookies? I still planned on offering it to him, but I knew there had to be something else I could give him. As I sat alone, lost in thought, I heard a knock at the door. Come in. Seemingly waiting for my reply, Toka quickly entered.
こんばんは。お休みのご挨拶をしようかと思って。
I'm so glad you're here. I was actually waiting for you. Toka looked slightly puzzled as I picked up the cookies from my desk. I tried my hand at baking these cookies today. I was hoping you could try them. Why do I feel so shy? It felt so different giving them to Toka compared to when I gave them to Koharu and Yukimaru.
いいんですか？
Am I sure? Yeah, I really want you to have them, but will you accept them? Hoping to eventually find a more personal way to thank him, I didn't say they were a token of my appreciation. Toka's hands trembled as he took them, his eyes brimming with tears. Aww.
あなたからこんな贈り物をいただけるなんて。
Come on, it's really not that big of a deal.
だって初めての贈り物なんですよ。これは一大事です。もったいなくて食べられない。
Aww. But I really want you to eat it, please. He examined the wrapping. then tenderly pressed the gift to his cheeks, making me blush even more. Aw, it's touching to see him so moved, but it also makes me quite shy. The standards are so low, they're buried 6 feet under. Yes. The bar is so low, it's in hell. Yeah. Yeah, bless. Aw, Toka. Tomorrow, I might not even be able to see him anymore. If that's the case, you've always been there for me, Toka. And I hadn't realized. So, I'm just really glad I had the chance to meet you. Which means we can date the standards. Now I know that I've had someone amazing watching over me this whole time. Oops.
素敵って僕がですか？
I nodded, and Toka's cheeks slowly turned a bright shade of pink.
そんな風に言われたら
Toka began, but then stopped and shook his head.
憧れの人にそんな風に思ってもらえてそれだけで胸がいっぱいです。ありがとうございます。
His smile brightened, and seeing that, I felt a smile grow on my face as well. Yet the thought of saying goodbye to him resurfaced, making me feel sad again. If only we had met sooner, and I had the chance to learn more about you. Then, I'm sorry. That's just wishful thinking, I know. Even this time, it was just a coincidence. Toka suddenly looked away and murmured to himself.
まあ覚えてないですよね。
He said that before. So, why do you like me so much? I mean, it's not like you really know me. This is the first time we've ever spoken together.
まあ覚えてないですよね。
That's right. He muttered the exact same thing last time. Toka, this isn't the first time we met, is it? Toka drew in a sharp breath and then gave me a troubled smile. I opened my mouth to press him further. Then the phone on my desk beeped, indicating I'd received a new message. Who could that be at this hour?
僕に構わず確認してくださいです。
That can wait. More importantly, Toka reached for my phone and handed it to me. Seeing him go that far, I felt compelled to at least read the message. You might be asleep, but I wanted to text you anyway. I finished the display at the shop, so come and see it whenever you're free. If you can make it tomorrow, that would be perfect for me. Hope you can come then. It was from my sister. She mentioned the display she's been working on is finished, and she wants me to check it out.
ああ、言っていたですね。その時、僕聞いていたです。
Oh, I didn't realize. It seemed that if I couldn't see him, I couldn't sense his presence either.
そっか。やっと完成したですね。きっと素敵な仕上がりなんだろうな。
He even talks about my sister as if she were part of his own family. Oh, why don't I invite him? Hey, how about you come with me? We can take the train together after I finish school.
それは人の姿でですよね。いいんですか？僕が付き添っても。
Mochi. One second. You leave it, please. Thank you. So when did you meet? When she was 4. But maybe God time is different. I don't know. I mean, he's Benjamin Buttoning right now, so. Of course. Actually, I'd really like you to join me, Toka.
わあ、嬉しいです。どうしよう。これはあれですね。デートですね。
I blushed at the mention of a date, but his excitement was contagious and caused me to laugh.
それじゃあ、あなたの学校が終わる頃、お迎えに行くです。
Actually, I'd feel better if we met at the station.
それは誰かに僕のことを見られると困るとか？
No, that's not it at all. I just don't want to inconvenience you.
それならよかったです。学校までお迎えに行くです。
Well, I guess if Sayaka sees us, she might jump to conclusions and start asking questions. That could be a bit of a hassle, but I don't mind. It'll make Toka happy after all. After finalizing our plans, Toka and I discussed where my sister's shop was located. I didn't get the chance to ask him about where we'd met before, but I was looking forward to going into the city with him. No. All right, this is going to be our last chapter for next time. Give it a save. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We're about to, you know, be end of an era. Something like that. Ta-ta. Game in. Where am I? Just chatting. Here we go. I think he remembers each playthrough. Maybe. Yeah. I wonder if... I'm surprised. So usually, like... I don't know. A lot of the other, like, true endings I've played for games, they do still incorporate everyone. So I do think it's very interesting that, like, we just haven't even seen a bunch of people, right? Which is fine, but yeah. Morphogenetic field intensifies. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm looking forward to, you know, it'll be bittersweet. I'll be looking forward to seeing how this ends, but then it'll be like, you know, the end. For who knows how long until the sequel comes out. I don't know. Sequel might be coming out soon. I don't think they dropped a date. Let me check though. Let's look. 9-rip sequel date. It just says 2026. Oh, the Japan version's release is no. That was the old version. That's not what I wanted. Wait, maybe? Oh no, the Japanese release was September 25th of last year. Oh. Okay. So the Japanese one already came out. I didn't realize that. All right. Well, now we know. Yeah, we got to get me into Warframe in the meantime. I see. Maybe. I'll figure it all out. Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, thank y'all again for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great rest of your night. My next stream is tomorrow. We'll be on Irium. We'll be doing Study Buddies lunch. And then I got to figure out my weekend schedule. So I don't think I updated that properly because I didn't have time this week to make a little graphic. It's been a week, but I do want to get some yap time in together as we, you know, because it's the ice cream event right now. So I think it would be fun if I could be a little ice cream topper, you know. But yeah. So, anyways, tomorrow I'll hope to see you then. Have a great night. Okay. Bye bye.